So, how oversleeping destroys your body. I love sleeping, so it's bad. But I usually don't like I'm not sleeping like 12 hours a day, you know. That's too much, but you know, here we go.
We're getting up before everybody else.
My eyes are burning, I'm starting to feel dizzy, giving me more of a headache.
You see it in some discrete athletes. So Roger Federer claims to sleep around about 12 hours.
Studies have shown that while sleeping more than 8 hours carries an increased risk of heart disease, obesity, and diabetes, and a 30% increased risk of mortality.
I usually
The
sleep
links
7
are there. Sleep correlates with all kinds of health
these
problems.
days.
An average adult needs between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. But still, over 35% of all adults are sleep deprived, and between 5 to 10% of all people regularly oversleep.
Oh.
We know that a lack of sleep can harm us, but also sleeping too much can be detrimental. Whoa, okay, what's going on there? My name is Gimmons, and today we'll see how oversleeping destroys our bodies.
Okay. Hell yeah, let's learn shit.
1963.
Yeah,
San
9.
Diego,
Sometimes I sleep
California.
9. It's
A
great.
teenager named Randy Gardner met up with 2 of his classmates. Randy thought that sleep
That looks like
wasn't
4
that
classmates.
important, and so he proposed to his friends to stay up for as many days as he could. I mean, what could go wrong there? The experiment was originally meant for a high school science fair, but news spread to scientist William Dement, who immediately took a plane and flew down to San Diego. The trio, now a quartet, started the experiment. In the first hours of the experiment, everything seemed to be going well. But on a second day, the teenagers started having troubles focusing. Okay, what's this?
Yeah.
A circle. Great. And that? A triangle. Perfect. And that? A mobile device which will be invented in a few decades to communicate with people all around the world, find answers for every question and store cat photos. Okay, weird. Eventually also his speech started to slur and he couldn't often hold conversations. And a bit later he started hallucinating. Huh? Randy, what are you doing? Randy? I'm the famous 200-pound Afro-American football player Paul Lowe. Now get out of my way or I will tackle you. Randy, you a skinny high school student. As the days passed, he hallucinated more and more until he broke the Guinness Book World Record. After 260 hours of staying awake, Randy could go to sleep. Initially, he seemed to recover quite quickly from his experiment, but later reported that he had insomnia. And this is one of the reasons why the Guinness Book World Records do not feature any sleep deprivation experiments anymore.
That's good.
In subsequent years, scientists found out how sleep...
It's honestly, I feel like the Guinness Book of World Records should not host things that are dangerous for your health. That's just a good way to get people killed.
works and what went wrong in Randy's brain. Throughout the day, the body releases different hormones which make us feel awake or tired. When we fall asleep, we enter non-REM sleep. Our heartbeat and breathing slows down and our muscles relax. Our body temperature then drops
Hey,
and our brain waves become slower. After a while, we enter REM sleep. Here our brain activity and our heart rate increase and we start to dream weird stuff. You had a long day? Why not dream about getting slapped by Dumbledore with a giant fish cause you didn't clean your room? During REM phase, also neurotransmitters such as acetylcholine are released. Neurotransmitters are molecules which are used to send messages between brain cells. Normally our brain would cycle between non-REM and REM phases while balancing our neurotransmitter levels. But in Randy's case, his sleep deprivation completely destroyed his balance. Neurotransmitter levels in the brain which are responsible for vision are often affected first by sleep deprivation. Especially acetylcholine becomes dysregulated and transmits spontaneous signals. This means that the visual areas of the brain become stimulated often when they shouldn't, and we might see or experience things which are not there, as it happened in Randy's case. Later, also other neurotransmitters such as...
Yeah, if I'm up for like longer than 16 hours, I can't see shit. You know? I really do start to deteriorate if I'm up for, like, I get tired after being awake for 12 hours and then I have to like relax. I used to be able to stay up for like a few days at a time, no problem. Like I had some pretty bad insomnia, but now it's like as soon as I've been awake for 12 hours, I'm a little tired. So like right now I've been awake for, excuse me, I've been awake for about 12 hours. Yeah, but Shell, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking crazy. I could not do that. I couldn't. I can't. That'd be dangerous. Irresponsible. I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know. But either way, I can't fucking do it.
Dopamine, serotonin, or noradrenaline
Yeah, I woke up around
are
10
also
today.
affected. Abnormal serotonin signaling is associated with hallucinations and even psychiatric disorders such as schizophrenia. This explains
that's
why
nice.
Randy Gardner thought he was a buff football player. The thing about Randy's case is that he only stopped sleeping for a short period of time. This mostly causes temporary changes in the body. However, the issue becomes much more serious if we are chronically sleep deprived or oversleep.
Yeah, Shell. Oh. Where did you drop?
Do you sometimes have the feeling that you could just sleep forever? And the best days are when you sleep until afternoon. Maybe you binge watched some small to medium sized science YouTube channel last night. If so, well, thanks. But if that's not the case and you just regularly oversleep, then you might be one of the 4 unlucky % who suffer from hypersomnia. Hypersomnia is a disorder where people chronically oversleep. Oversleeping can be caused by a sleep disorder, substance abuse, or depression. In these cases,
Yeah,
it is often
caffeine.
impossible for a person to function throughout the day. But we also just might be used to sleep at least 10 hours a day, and this might actually be the definition of oversleeping. So this could happen to everyone, but don't worry for now.
Yeah, when I try to sleep, usually, even if I'm wide awake and it's bright out, if I go horizontal, I could fall asleep within 5 minutes. Especially, like, well, now I've kind of trained myself. So here's the thing. Pattern recognition. Or like stimulus, like or what's it like you know how, what's the word for it? It's not pattern recognition. Association. So like I guess like a cue association thing. So for me, when I try to sleep, I put a shirt over my eyes, even if it's dark, and I just fall asleep. I don't like the things that wrap all the way around my head, but if I just put like a tank top over my shirt, then my body knows, okay, it's time to go to sleep. And I just pass the fuck out. So if you guys are having trouble sleeping, try doing something like that. Like it might help. The last like 4 years or so, maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. Time is meaningless now. I've been doing that, and yeah, it helps immensely. Like, I can fall asleep whenever I want. If I want to be asleep in 5 minutes, I could be. I could very easily be asleep in 5 minutes. Pavlov's dog? Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Need to figure out a way to make that happen. Takes me probably 30 to 45 minutes to sleep unless I have sleep tech going on. Head touches pillow, I'm out. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just having that association with like the shirt and sleep, it helps me immensely. I highly recommend you guys at least try it. It might not help, but it might. The theory of classic conditioning, there you go. So yeah, I'm basically a parakeet. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly. You got it right. Put a blanket over, out like a light. Perfect. I'm essentially a bird. Hey man, if it lets me sleep, I'll be a bird. I don't care.
Chronic oversleeping is also characterized by some symptoms, so let's look at them. Affected individuals might sleep a lot but are still tired. Oh. As we said earlier, our sleep is coupled to the release of hormones and other chemicals. When we chronically oversleep, we might disrupt this balance and send our body signals that we actually need more sleep. And this then makes us tired. And in these cases, we cannot just fully go gamer mode and drink up to 12 cans of soft drinks a day. It just won't help us to re-establish this balance. Regular headaches in the morning.
Are there actually people who drink 12 cans of pop a day? Like, I know he's being, like, exaggerating, but are there people that'll go through, like, a flat of pop every day? Holy fucking shit. Man, your organs are gonna shut down. Oh my god, Themo. Do you have any idea how much sugar is in a single can of pop? And then if you're drinking that diet shit, it's got so much aspartame in it. 39% of your sugar? Are you kidding me? Hold on. No. 1 can. They're all Diet Coke. Ugh. Sorry, I fucking hate aspartame. It's so nasty. Okay, hold on. How many grams of sugar is in a can of Coke? Let's find out. How much sugar is in Coca-Cola Original? 35 grams of sugar in 1 can of Coca-Cola. The average recommended daily amount of sugar consumed for a woman per day, like the high limit, is 26 grams of sugar a day. All right, let me tell you what it is for a man. What is the recommended daily intake of sugar for men? 36 grams. All right. Men should consume no more than 9 teaspoons or 36 grams of added sugar per day. For women, the number is lowered by 6 teaspoons, 25 grams, or 100 calories per day. It's very, very, very easy to surpass that, for sure. I am a man. I have more. All right. Still. So you are allowed to have 1 can of Coke a day then. Congratulations, Bridges. You can't win. You can't win. You really can't. Actually, you can. You could just not drink Coca-Cola and diet beverages. You could just drink, like, water. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, so I have a soda stream. Okay, this is how I stopped drinking pop, because I used to drink multiple pops every single day. I used to drink, like, sometimes 5 pops a day back in high school. I used to drink a lot of Dr. Pepper. I used to drink so much Dr. Pepper, right? And then it started making me feel sick. And I would still drink pop for, like, years. And so I wanted to stop drinking pop. But I really like that fizzy kick. So I got a soda stream and I just soda stream the water and I add lime juice to it. And that's it. And so whenever I had a craving for pop, I would just drink fizzy lime water. And it got rid of my pop cravings. And now I don't drink pop anymore. Like, there's such minimal sugar in pop. Here for a good time. Here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah, see, everybody says that until they get really sick. That's the thing. Because you're going to keep living. Time's going to keep going. You're still going to be alive. You know? Have you tried soda streaming your pop? I feel like it would explode. But, yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, if you have a pop every once in a while, like, honestly, you could get away with having a pop every single day. You'd probably be just fine. But if you're drinking, like, 12 a day, like, that is, like, you're gonna have insulin resistance so fast, and you're gonna get sick. But then again, I've also been, like, kind of traumatized by that kind of thing. My second cousin ended up developing diabetes, and he ended up killing himself because of the stuff he was going to have to go through. I'm pretty sure they were going to amputate one of his legs. And so that's not fun. My grandfather had diabetes, and it completely destroyed his organs. So I've had multiple family members have very, very, very severe consequences from overconsumption of sugar. And it scared me quite a bit. So I cut out a lot of sugar. I feel a lot better too since I cut out most sugar. Like, I still have sugar, you know, but I don't overdo it anymore. You know, like I'll have 2 teaspoons of sugar in my coffee every day, and I only have like, I usually only have 1 coffee a day. Sometimes I have 3, but usually I only have 1 coffee these days. And then I have a bunch of green tea. And most of the food I eat, like I get just like meat and vegetables, and I don't eat a lot of processed food. Like I will have like, you know, a bag of chips maybe once a week, or maybe once every other week. Sometimes only once a month. But I don't know. I do a lot of cooking and I don't deal with that. Diabetes in my family, which is why I try not to have it. Yeah, for sure. And I'm not gonna like be like, oh, you gotta not drink any pop at all. And you know, it probably would be better for you if you didn't drink any pop at all, but I'm not gonna tell anybody like what they have to do. But I'm sure having like 1 can of pop a day is not gonna fucking kill you. If you cut out all processed foods and work out a few times a week, you look like a bodybuilder like him. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's the steroids, there's the water fasting, there is the boring ass food that you gotta eat, and like, nah. It's not cutting out all processed foods. It's eating like just broccoli, chicken breast, and rice. Taking steroids, doing water cutting, which by the way is so fucking bad for you. Honestly, like bodybuilding is so fucking bad for you. I don't have 6 hours a day to work out, right? Honestly, so long as you're getting up and you're active and you're moving around, you're already ahead of everybody else. Anyways, let's go back to the video because we're watching a video on oversleeping, not how sugar is bad for you. Let's go.
Morning are also a sign that something is wrong. As we've said, oversleeping can cause a disruption in neurotransmitter release. Besides the already mentioned acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter serotonin is also involved in our sleep. Throughout the night, serotonin levels steadily increase, and in the morning it tells us that we should wake up. If we oversleep, this mechanism doesn't work properly anymore and we might get headaches. Besides that, sleeping might also deprive our bodies of waters and nutrients, and this also might cause headaches. You might not say, no, Clemens, sleep is always great, I just love it. Who cares about headaches? Well, think twice. Oversleeping is associated with a variety of diseases, including heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or Alzheimer's disease. Yeah, what a bummer. It is not entirely clear how this works, but while we sleep, our immune cells move through our bodies and try to find intruders. With intruders, we mean bacteria or viruses. In order to stimulate immune cells, our bodies also release cytokines. Cytokines are normally very useful in order to fight off infections. But if we sleep too much, our immune system can become too active and then cause a chronic inflammation. This inflammation then can contribute towards all of the aforementioned diseases. But it doesn't really stop here. Long sleep is also associated with obesity. This is also still debated, and there is an argument that people who sleep a lot just generally burn less energy. However, some studies have also corrected for that, and they still found an effect of long sleep on obesity.
Really?
Another possible explanation is that our body adjusts its metabolism according to the sleep-wake cycle. Oversleeping, however, disrupts this process, and we might have...
Okay, sorry to bring up food again, but I've noticed something. Speaking of the sleep cycle affecting other things, ever since I've started waking up in the morning, I eat more food now. I eat breakfast sometimes because I wake up starving. So that's an interesting thing I learned. When I wake up at 2 p.m., I won't eat until it's like dark most of the time. But now, when I wake up at like 9 o'clock in the morning, I have to eat by 10 or else my stomach is like cramping. I've noticed this. This is a very interesting thing I've noticed about changing my sleep cycle. Like, I wake up so hungry. No, but here's the thing, Themo. Multiple days in a row, I ate a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. I usually only eat one meal a day. And then I'll have like some snacks here and there. When I wake up in the morning, I wake up hungry, and then I'm hungry again, and then I'm hungry again. Excuse me. But I don't wake up in the middle of the night to snack like I used to. When I eat one meal a day, and then I have like a couple snacks here and there, I will sometimes wake up in the middle of the night so ungodly hungry. But then I wake up, like I'll snack a little bit. I usually keep, I would keep a bag of Tostitos beside my bed sometimes, because I'll wake up and I'll eat like 5 and I'll try and go back to sleep, just because I would wake up with a painful stomach because I'm so hungry, which is not good. It's kind of like how if you have to wake up from your sleep to go pee, that's not a good thing. I haven't done that in like a very, very long time though, which is cool. Like I could go through the whole night without having to wake up to go to the bathroom, which is good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I've been able to eat more, which is good, because honestly, for a while, I was only eating maybe like 500, at the most 1,000 calories a day. Well, I used to have a big problem with waking up in the middle of the night and having to go to the bathroom multiple times a night. That was back when I ate crap ass food and drank a lot of pop. That could have even been early, like insulin resistance, which is a scary thing to think about. So ever since I've like massively changed my diet and how much sugar I consume, I don't do that anymore. So there's that. But yeah, I've noticed a lot of changes since I started waking up in the morning, and I feel a lot better being awake during the day now. Like I'm still dealing with some exhaustion in the morning because I'm used to like seeing morning light, going to bed. For like almost 10 years. That's been the majority of what I've done. And so now I'm trying to correct that. But I feel like now when I wake up in the morning light just is so different from the afternoon light. It makes me feel very weird, but like in a good way. It makes me feel motivated to do stuff. Yeah, oh my gosh. Like sometimes I just wake up and I go outside and I like stand on my driveway and I just like do a quick stretch, and then I go back inside. I want to start waking up and doing a little walk around the block. I think it'd be nice. Well, there's the thing. Even if I drink like a liter or 2 of water before I go to bed, I still retain it for the whole night and I wake up to pee. Like in the morning, after I've slept for like 7 to 8 or so hours. Like I don't wake up in the middle of the night to pee, even if I drink a shit ton of alcohol and water. You know? I'm pretty impressed. It's good stuff. But I've noticed major differences since I started waking up in the morning. Like major, like overnight changes. So that's interesting. Used to being up till 2 a.m. there. But yeah, I mean, and I still will be up till 2 a.m. sometimes. But then I still, like if I'm up until 2, then if I fall asleep around 2, then I can still wake up at 9 a.m. and get a 7-hour sleep. You know? So like you can stay up late and still wake up in the morning. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I've been doing. Because like I still want to watch stuff at night and hang out with Gigi and like stream and stuff. So if I can fall asleep after that, then that's great for me personally. Anyways, let's carry on.
Changes in metabolism. Again, there are also some hints for that, but it's still debated. You know what is not debated? The positive effects of healthy food on your metabolism. With that, welcome to today's sponsor. Just kidding. Oversleeping doesn't only make us sick, but it also might decrease our fertility. A study in Korea found that women undergoing in vitro fertilization who overslept had a harder time to conceive. If men sleep too long or generally have a bad sleep quality, they are also less likely to impregnate their partner. In both cases, there might be an explanation with hormones being regulated by the sleep-wake cycle. And
just need to turn your camera down a little bit
when we oversleep.
So we can see your chin.
Does it mean that we can replace condoms with a lifestyle of bears during winter? Well, of course not. It's just a correlation. And to top all of this, oversleeping can also decrease our lifespan. A study shown that people who sleep over 9 hours per night have a 30% greater risk of dying than those who sleep 7 to 8 hours.
Die from what?
In comparison to sleep deprivation, these deaths are more attributed towards non-heart diseases. Yeah, all of this might sound bad, but again, it's a bit more complicated. You see, sometimes it's a bit hard to say what causes what. Does oversleeping shorten our lives, or do people who actually have some underlying medical condition and might have a shorter lifespan sleep more? Again, there is some effect of oversleeping, but the question is how much of these 30% are really explained by oversleeping? You might not be inclined to sleep less, but that's also an issue, as we will see.
Yeah. Just sleep 8 hours, then you're probably good, right? The Sigma trap. Oh my god.
We all know that sleep is
Yeah,
important,
Shell.
but sometimes we sacrifice sleep for other things. For example, you could aspire to be an entrepreneur. The algorithm feeds you with self-proclaimed hustlers and you want to join the grind. You're already a proud crypto owner. Not Bitcoin, that's mainstream, but the real currencies of tomorrow. Similar to your favorite Sigma YouTubers, you start to wake up at 4 in the morning to meditate, go jogging, spend an hour for your skincare, and eventually start
An
working.
hour for
In
skincare.
a 2 minutes
Okay.
break, you take your vitamin supplements. No, don't do that. We covered it. Don't. In all of your grinding, you forgot that sleep is
The
important.
dangers
Even
of
without
vitamin
Sigma
supplements.
grinded YouTubers.
Okay, well, sorry, buddy, but I need my iron supplements or I will die. I need my vitamin C.
Already over 70 million people in the United States sleep too little.
But now I'm
And this
curious
is
about
bad.
that video.
It is proposed that 20% of all injuries that result from car accidents can be associated with
Sleep deprivation?
But sleep
Yeah.
also changes how our body works. Similar to oversleeping, sleep deprivation can also change our neurotransmitter levels. Especially
Oh.
norepinephrine, epinephrine, and catecholamine levels are affected. Sleep deprivation can also lead to the release of cortisol, which can activate parts of the central nervous system and change our sensitivity of insulin.
Shall
And
go to
this might then
bed.
contribute towards type 2 diabetes. Sleep deprivation also increases the release of cytokines. And again, cytokines activate the immune system, which then can overall lead to chronic inflammation. And this might then also contribute towards a couple of diseases, as we've already seen, including heart disease and a high blood pressure, and so on and so on. Similar to oversleeping, sleep deprivation is a game where balanced levels of hormones and neurotransmitters are disrupted. But not only hormones need to be balanced, also the fight between good and evil. And with that, welcome to today's sponsor, Rage. Still kidding, but there will be a sponsor. At a more advanced level, sleep deprivation can overstimulate parts of the brain and lead to permanent brain damage. In this case, a process called neuroplasticity can be impaired. Neuroplasticity means that we form connections between existing brain cells. These new
Shall imagine how powerful you would be if you slept. You'd be unstoppable.
connections then help us to learn new things. Through sleep deprivation, neuroplasticity works less efficient and our brain has troubles to perform well. Recently, it has also been shown that small changes in the brain might even start if we do not sleep properly for one night. Cheers.
Huh. How
We
to
live
sleep,
in a
huh?
society where everything needs to be faster. Unfortunately, many of us sacrifice sleep in this process. But sleep deprivation and oversleeping are both bad for us, as they can disrupt internal processes in the body. So how should you sleep? Maybe help your internal processes and try to have a regular sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time. Daily exercise and sunlight exposure help you sleep as well. But don't exercise close to bedtime. Try to avoid excess light in your bedroom, as it helps your body
I
clock.
believe in you.
If you still have the feeling that your sleep quality is bad, you might consider visiting a sleep center where they can evaluate your sleep quality. And now we come to today's promo. I want to promote the quality of your sleep. Yeah, all of this build up just for this joke. But no, sleep is important. Please take care of yourself. You wanted me to cover this video, so what should I cover next? Let me know in the comment section, and otherwise if you enjoyed this video you might like it, and also subscribe if you're new here, hit the bell button and do all of this other great YouTube stuff. And with that, I'll see ya.
Wait, so what was the sponsored thing? Was there a sponsorship? He said there was. Did I miss it? Oh well. Either way, that was a very interesting video. We got some good conversation out of that. I wonder what the comments are going to be like on this one. Be like, you're wrong because blah. Okay, buddy. If you have anything interesting to add, I guess just write it in the comments down below. Did I get something wrong? No, because I Googled it. So obviously I'm right about everything, right? I'll sleep when I'm dead. Not me, man. I fucking love sleep. When I'm sleepy, the best thing is just crawling into, especially since I wash my sheets like twice a week. If I saw it on Google, it must be true. See? Frank, backing me up. But yeah, I love crawling into my fucking 10-year-old mattress that's got a dent right where I sleep. My soft cotton sheets with my like thin but heavy comforter and my 2 cats, my 2 pillows that are almost flat, but I can like adjust them so I can be any height I want. Oh man. Good night, Sapper. Sleep well when you get there. Bye. Yeah, I like sleeping in a cold room, but I like being like warm under the blankets. I've always loved that. I love it when the room is really cold and then I can like hide under my blankets. I remember when I was a kid, so I had like a few hundred Beanie Babies because my grandmother thought they'd be worth something one day. And she had a whole bunch of extras, so I got them, which was awesome. And I would build like a wall out of Beanie Babies and I would pretend I was like out in the wild, like hiding from monsters, and I had to be like quiet, but it's like cold out, so it's like a survival situation or something. I remember that because like the closet that was across from me, there would be like a tree with outside my window and the light came in. It made stuff look like it was moving in my closet and I was like kind of freaked out by it. And so I would play little games where I would pretend I was like, I don't know, like in some fantasy world and there were monsters that were going to get me. So I was like, I don't know, hiding out in some like freezing ass cave or something and I had to stay hidden. I don't know. It makes me feel a lot better. I feel like I sleep better that way. Worth something someday if you keep them in the original packaging and never play. Well, there's the thing though, Bridges. Like she had a bunch of them in like plastic cases and stuff. I still have some of my plushies down over there. You can see all the bright, colorful stuff there. I had to replace my last mattress because the springs literally cut your leg. Yeah, that sucks. I'm not heavy enough for that. I properly believe in Toy Story lore. When I was a kid, I had full-blown conversations at tea parties with my soft toys. That's so funny. I understand that, yeah. I don't know. I loved that though. It was fun. I also had like the 4 like bedpost pillars coming up from each, so I also like draped blankets and stuff over the top. So I basically just slept in a pillow fort every single night. It was awesome. I would love to have that again, but they broke. So if I was to do it again, I would go like hardcore, all out, big posts, you know, like drilled into the ceiling and the floor and shit. Like that'd be so cool. Like decorative carved wood. Oh, that would be so sick. But yeah, so fucking expensive. And just, yeah, you know, I'd need to own the place because, you know, I'm not going to drill into this place that I'm renting. Plus, it has like fucking, what, like 9-foot ceilings? The ceilings here are so freaking tall. It's unbelievable. Like this is huge. It's so tall in here. You wouldn't even be able to get the wood in here. You'd have to take out the windows. Fuck that. If the toys knew how to freeze when humans are around, Buzz didn't think he was a toy. How do you know to freeze when humans are around? Because it's part of his mission, Themo. There's the thing, it's part of his mission. He can't let the humans know that he's on a secret mission. Remember? Buzz had a special mission. My teddies had, like, generals, and there was a higher order. I used to have so many Bionicles as a kid growing up, and I would always play war with them. And, like, at first I would build the original Bionicle build, but then I would, like, build other monstrosities with them. It was great. It was so cool. I also had a bunch of pipe cleaners that I would like wrap together to make crazy like big animals and stuff. I had made like a bunch of dragons. It was really cool.